Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. So today we're going to be talking about the yellow sun wave spell, and this is kicking off most appropriately during the 1010 portal, and is going until the 22nd of October. So we start on 1010, we end on 22, which is extremely potent and extremely powerful. And this wave spell it's so perfectly timed and so synchronistic. I know that we're going to experience some powerful shifts as we move back more deeply to ourselves. So we're going to talk about the energies of this wave spell in just a minute. It is interesting to note that we have 3 galactic activation portals in addition to the 1010 portal during this wave spell. The first of which is occurring on the 13th of October. And this is the blue self-existing night signature. So with this blue self-existing night galactic activation portal, this is really going to be us going inside. The blue night energy is that energy of mystery. It is that energy of going within the self and discovering the fruits that are available to us when we're willing to go inside, when we're willing to really take that look at the inner corners and reaches of our minds and our hearts. So it's a very shadowy energy. So it's about the jewels that we receive, the activations that we receive when we're willing to go within and do that work and explore those dark unknown places within ourselves. And I apologize, it is the season change here in New England. It always affects me pretty powerfully. So I do have a little case of the sniffles. So it's just what I'm going to have to do as I go through. I'm going to be sniffling. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I know that you understand. Any of you who live in these colder climates, like, you know how it goes. So yeah, on the 20th, with that full moon in Aries, we have the white spectral dog galactic activation portal. And so this is a huge energy activating that heart center, really activating our ability to connect with other people, to form and forge those deep bonds, to be fully present with one another, and to call in our companions of destiny. This will be our companions of destiny in the physical realms, as well as in the spiritual and the ethereal realms. And then the next day, on the 21st, we have the Blue Crystal Monkey Galactic Activation Portal. And this is all about activating the magic, right? The spontaneity. So as we allow ourselves to become childlike, as we allow ourselves to find the humor in situations, to go with the flow of things, to embrace the chaos if and when that chaos ensues, there's a major activation there for us as well. And this is a galactic activation portal that is associated with abundance. So really activating our ability to step into our abundance by stepping into our inner child. And yes, this is, as we're going to go over, the 4th and final wave spell of the Red Eastern Castle of Turning, which is the first of 5 castles that make up this brand new spin of galactic time that we have entered. So very exciting stuff right there. And as this wave spell begins on the 10th, on that 1010 portal, it's also marked as a particularly auspicious day, a particularly lucky day, a day when synchronicity abounds. So that 1010 portal, just another reason that it's going to be so intensely powerful. So let's read a little bit more about this yellow sun energy. Let's see, we talked about the yellow sun wave spell being the 4th and final wave spell of the Red Eastern Castle of Turning. In the dream spell transcreation, the solar seal of sun is inspired on the Maya glyph of Ajah, which signifies sun god of the light. The Mayan civilization worshipped the sun as the god of lightning and fertility. As such, the Ajah sign was a royal symbol and a royal title exhibited by the divine lords or divine rulers. The sign of Ajah also depicted Junipa, one of the hero twins of the Maya creation story of the Popol Vuh, or Va. In the dream spell count, the yellow sun is the solar seal number 20, which is associated with the color yellow, being part of the yellow root race of the spiritual ripeners. The yellow sun has the action of enlightening, the essence of life, and the power of universal fire. By being the seal 20 and the bearer of the 4th wave spell of the dream spell journey, the sun wave spell refers to the numbers 20 and 4. Evidently, the yellow sun wave spell relates to solar consciousness, spiritual enlightenment, and to the solar symbology as the source of light, life, warmth, and energy. The ritual solar worship has been part of the human spirituality since ancient times, universal fire. The solar star has also been a key in timekeeping, indicating the day and the year. Numerous ancient monuments were built according to the passing of the solar year, accurately marking solstices and equinoxes. For example, the Temple of Stonehenge and the pyramids of Chichen Itza. So a very powerful wave spell in terms of our enlightenment. Really, and this is why it merges so perfectly with that 1010 portal energy. Really merging more deeply with our souls. Really stepping into this energy of illumination, right? Of transcendence. And also stepping into and embodying that energy of unconditional love, of Christ consciousness. And I forget which video it was. There was a video that I did recently. I want to say it was the New Moon in Libra video, but I can't be 100% sure. And we read that fable about the sun and the wind having the competition of who could convince this man to take off his jacket, and how the wind blew and blew and blew. And by sheer force alone, it could not remove the jacket because the man just pulled it in more tightly. And then the sun simply shone its light, and it got so hot that the man naturally took off his jacket. And so the moral of that was that the sun was able to accomplish by being what the wind attempted to do through force. So that energy of simply being, and the power of simply being, and that power of radiating our truth and our light is really what we're being asked to come into a deeper understanding of during this yellow sun wave spell, and really exemplify. And we're going to read a little more here. The daily affirmation for the yellow magnetic sun, which is the day that kicks off this wave spell, is: I unify in order to enlighten, attracting life. I seal the matrix of universal fire with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. And so these wave spells are great days to set an intention, right? To discover a purpose and to move toward that purpose. And we're going to read about that right now. Today being the magnetic yellow sun, it is both the energy of the day and the energy of the wave spell for the next 13 days. The magnetic energy asks us to call in all of the resources we need to complete our upcoming mission, the most important resource being that of a clear purpose and intention. It is imperative that we have clarity around what we intend to create before we begin our process, so that we know where we're going and what we need to get there. Integrating the magnetic tone with the energy of the yellow sun, we are reminded of the ability we have to bring light and love to ourselves and our environment. The sun is the bringer of life. It is the energy that illuminates everything else, providing the conditions requisite so that all other things may thrive. What's crucial to understand about the sun is that it accomplishes its role of enlightening others by focusing on the full enlightenment of the self. The sun does not enlighten others at the expense of its own light. It illuminates others because of its own light. How perfect is this for everything that we've been working on, right? Today and for the next 13 days, we embody the energy of the sun. Our mission is to tend to our own sacred fire so that we may ignite the fires of those around us. The universal law of energy says that we will be provided whatever we ask for as long as we are creating vibrational frequencies to match that request, while also embodying a fearless trust that what we seek to attract will be received. Focus today on lighting yourself up so that you may share this light with others and experience the feeling of being the sun in your world. So really beautiful energies there. And I don't know. I am going to agree. I am going to attach for you guys the day-by-day breakdown of the yellow sun wave spell, where you can look at the galactic signatures for each day. There's a specific question that you can ask yourself each day, and it explains how the energies interplay with each other. It's way too much stuff to go over on here, so I'm not going to go over all that. But absolutely check out that link if you guys are really enjoying working with these galactic energies. We are going to read from the Astro Dream Advisor a little bit more about the yellow sun energy, because it's so perfect and it lines right up with what we were talking about. If you guys haven't seen the 1010 portal videos, please do. I did one for this channel, and I did one with Pete from Empath Uprising for the Empath Uprising channel. They're both really, really great videos. There's a lot of powerful information in there, so I suggest that you watch both of those. You can find the 1010 portal video on here. There's a Portals and Gateways playlist, So check that out. And there's a link to the video on Empath Uprising there as well. But this is what Astro Dream Advisor says about the yellow sun. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. This mantra of yellow sun is a meditation for accessing the I am presence that contains great power and universal truth. Yellow sun is the mystery unveiled, the simplicity of unconditional love and limitless bliss. Known by many names, yellow sun is the solar lord, the mind of light, the center that is also your center. Yellow sun is your solar home, the great central sun. Yellow sun is a reminder that you are, at every moment, in the center of all that is. In your journey of remembrance, you are crafting a light body to return to a home in the stars that you never really left. Return as a child of the sacred to the great central sun. You are the crown of creation infused with the blueprint of solar mind. You are a God seed, the reflection of cosmic consciousness. You are love made visible. Discover the simple secret encoded in yellow sun star glyph. You are unconditional love, the stone of indestructible liberation. Radiate that knowing in all your thoughts and actions. Love all of creation. Join the dance of light, the fundamental constant of nature, and shine forth the clarity of your true essence. There is great power in simply identifying with the light, as above, so below. You are in God, and God is in you. As you express unconditional love, you become more than you previously perceived yourself to be. You become illuminated, the full manifestation of your divinity. In the embrace of your humanity, accept yourself and others unconditionally. Magnify your full presence. Yellow sun will come in myriad forms to assist you. Be limitless. Accept and understand the nature of judgment, fear, light and dark within yourself and others. Love and accept yourself and others as you are, freed from previous boundaries. You are the dawning of the solar age. As you move towards your core of light, you will find a clear light awareness that is innately innocent. In this space, the mind is restored to its original state of receptivity. Clarity and freedom become expressions of being, and bliss becomes the body. At this core of light, a new reality is born. From the union of the divine masculine and feminine is birthed the solar androgyny of cosmic consciousness. Now we find ourselves in a great awakening. We have the opportunity to retrace our steps to return to union with original cause. We who have deepened the illusion of separation are now poised to retrieve what seemed to be lost forever. Through the gift of rebirth and ascension, we are reclaiming our original state of union with God. We are going home. The process of rebirth and ascension can be viewed simply as the raising of the vibratory rate of the earth and her children. It is embodied in the state of consciousness that knows the self is divine. The circlet or crown is a symbol of recognizing and knowing that divine self. So the crown is a sacred tool, a universal symbol of completion of a circle of self-empowerment and self-authority. Full ascension is the freedom to take your physical form with you to other planes and dimensions. In preparation for the ascension, there is an opening and clearing of your light seals and chakras. If you choose to walk this path, know that in the embodiment of your I am self, you will learn to accept all things unconditionally, forgiving and releasing all judgments of yourself and others. The activation of solar mind and ascension is already in progress. In divine fusion, you are becoming the one body of the ascension. Open your heart as a flower to the sun and become the same love that holds universes together. How powerful and perfect is that? All right, we're going to start with some Black Moon astrology cards and see what comes out here. For this guidance for this yellow sun wave spell here. What guidance do we have for this yellow sun wave spell? First card out, Libra eye balance, which is perfect as we are in Libra season and during this yellow sun wave spell. Yeah, we are going to be completing the final decan of Libra season during this yellow sun wave spell. So very powerful, this energy of balancing and harmonizing, creating, like we said, that sense of integrity, right? When the insides match the outsides. Harmony within creates harmony without. Balance within creates balance without. Definitely that energy with these two here, right? Of balancing when it comes to our masculine and feminine. I'm noticing here, this to me looks like a heart. So there's a balancing of our heart energy too. Tell me more about this energy. This Libra card. All right, so we have lunar eclipse change and Capricorn coming out. And we have a lot of changes going on right now with this Capricorn energy. We talked in the weekly astrological forecast about the significance of Pluto, which is in the sign of Capricorn currently, reaching 27 degrees of Capricorn on the 2-2 portal in 2022, 2-2-2022, which is where Pluto was during the American Revolution. And Pluto has not returned there since. Pluto's a slow mover, right? The slowest moving planet. And therefore its energies are felt the most powerfully. It is the planet of power. So this is interesting. It's like a rebalancing of authority, right? Which makes perfect sense as we're stepping more deeply into our spiritual authority and power. The energies of authority in the external have less and less of a hold over us, right? We get to choose with this Libra energy what is balanced, what is fair, what is just. And where we see injustice, we're now able to shift that energy, right? Because we shifted it within us first. So there's this powerful, right? It talks about in the Yellow Sun reading how the most powerful, we heal ourselves. And that energy helps to heal others, right? How it's all about the self first. It's all about becoming that energy first. And so we've healed this energy within ourselves. Anywhere where there was injustice, anywhere where we acted in a way that was contradictory to our truth, to our true morals and values. Anywhere where we experienced or were the recipients of energy exchanges that were not fair, that were not balanced. We've healed those energies within ourselves, and now we're healing those within the world. So there's a huge rebalancing of power here as we take our power back. Even with the Leo I Will card on the bottom of the deck, that energy of will, that energy of sovereignty, right? Yeah. Then we got the solar eclipse card, right? And this is the Yellow Sun wave spell. The Revolution card with the Destiny card. So this is, this speaks for itself right here, you guys, right? It really does. Well, I don't even know if there's anything more that I need to say here. And the solar eclipse card is a 4-4 card. Yeah, the Capricorn card is a 2-2 card. Yeah. Yeah. So this, as we step more deeply into ourselves, as we embody more of our soul light, our purpose, right? We continue to move toward our destiny, and we are destined to transform ourselves and transform this planet. And so this is the transformation of the planet. It was destined to happen. This is what was meant to be. This is what we came here for. It's all happening right now, you guys. This internal revolution, right? Just as we said, reflects the external. Will be reflected in the external. And the way of the 5th house, creativity. So I love that energy coming through as well. That beautiful energy of creativity. And yeah, North Node, life's purpose. We'll take that. Right? So really tapping into our creativity, utilizing that universal fire, right? That life force energy to create. To bring to life the creations. Whatever is within our hearts that's wanting to be expressed during this wave spell. That's moving us more deeply into our purpose. So really, really feeding and fueling that creativity during this wave spell. This is also reminding us that part of our life's purpose is this experience of joy, this experience of all of the pleasures of being alive, right? To take pleasure in being alive. Then we have the void of course moon coming out here. Tell me more about this void of course moon. Okay, Venus wanted to come out. What else do you want to tell me here? And Chiron. Ooh, yeah. So Venus and Chiron here. Chiron is all about healing, about our deepest wounds. So this is a lot of energy around how we love and value ourselves. That's what's being healed right now. That's what was missing before, was this self-love. So anywhere where we have been lacking this ability to love ourselves, and we're noticing that reflected in our relationships and our finances, right? Because those are two areas that are great reflections of our self-worth. How can we love ourselves more deeply? How can we heal the aspects of ourselves that are crying out for healing, that are going to allow us to become more receptive to love? Right? It's like the love that we were missing, we're finally learning to look inside to find. Yeah, and I also feel like for some people, we got messages, third house on the bottom of the deck too. There may be messages of love coming in. We are still within Mercury retrograde, right? And so there's definitely people from the past, I'm feeling, for some people as well, may be returning. And we talked about this in the weekly astrological video too, right? Especially around the end of the around the 1010 portal energy, around the 9th. But really, time's an illusion, right? So these are just estimates. But for some people, there may be messages of love from people who are missing and have been missing for quite some time, who had to do that healing work that we talked about because they didn't love themselves. They didn't love themselves. They couldn't love you. Right? We can't give what we don't have. And for some, they did that healing work. For some, it's just a test of how much healing work you've done. For some, it's both. Then we have the second house owning. So there's that finance. There's that material energy too. Another representation of Venus energy. So there's a healing when it comes to our perspective around abundance as well. Give me another card on this to go with the second house card. Water element sensing. Okay, give me one more. Mars. Okay, interesting. So there's a healing around those energies for people, around their abundance consciousness. This understanding, this connection that's being made here, like we talked about with the sense of self-worth as well, and how that's connected in. But there's like in order to move forward in the physical manifested world, we're being asked right here, with the water, that's the feminine, and this Mars is the masculine, right? So we're being asked to move forward guided by our intuition, and take the steps that we're guided to take around our material world, around our finances, around our abundance. Yeah, Aries I Am was on the bottom of the deck and really wanting to hop out there. So we got the Aries and the Mars card here. So this is very take charge energy. This is very take charge energy. Take charge, but this water energy is saying, like, use your intuition too. All right. There will be messages, right? That messages card was on the bottom of the deck. I'm feeling that for this energy too. Messages coming through around abundance, around the ways and means to achieve abundance. And for some people, this is going to come. We had the 11th house card sort of try to pop out there, but I didn't take it. But the way the Venus card is now is reminding me of the 11th house card too. So I definitely feeling through networking, through connections, pay attention to the messages coming through your social network. And act upon the messages that resonate with you. All right, there may be opportunities as well. So really take action feel into what feels right, what resonates, and really take action on that. This is a time to, like, with all these planets turning direct during this, right before this wave spell begins, there's a lot of that forward momentum and energy. So really continue that energy throughout this yellow sun wave spell. Then we have, of course, the sun spirit coming out. So that spiritual growth and evolution. Yeah, knowing and understanding. This is an understanding that some people had to come to around abundance and finances and stuff like that too. That the material world can be spiritual. We're taught to disconnect the two, right? That they don't mix, that they don't mesh. And this is, remember, this is the second house. This is a house ruled by Taurus. That is part of Taurus's evolutionary journey, which is to understand that the material and the spiritual can coexist together. That the material is simply a reflection, one reflection of the spiritual, just as everything is a reflection of the spiritual. So for some people, that was a powerful lesson. And once that lesson has been mastered and sort of the tainted energy around money has been removed, that opens you up to create more abundance as well. So really pay attention to where you're being guided as you move forward. Yeah, but this beautiful spiritual sun energy coming in. I love it. Yeah, the 11th house really wanted to pop out here. Okay, so these spiritual connections, this is like soul tribe energy. These spiritual connections coming in, offering opportunities, offering enlightenment, offering deep soul connection. There's a lot of powerful deep soul connection here. Oh, and I'm realizing too, we have that full moon in Aries coming up as well. So the water element is a very moon-like energy, right? So that full moon in Aries, a lot of energy. Some of these energies that I talked about may be involved around that full moon in Aries time. But it's really the ways that we step more deeply into ourselves and the people around us, right, that inspire us to become better. We're going to be, and this feels very much around that white dog galactic activation portal energy, right? Which is, and that's why it came to mind, because that's happening during the Aries full moon. Yeah, so a lot coming in with that full moon, you guys. A lot of powerful activations and energies. And then we have the Neptune card coming out. If I keep going, the whole deck's going to end up coming out. And the Virgo card. All right. Yeah. And we do have Neptune in Pisces right now. So this is that Virgo Pisces axis energy here. And there is going to be part of the week where we do have the moon in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces. I do believe that was somewhere in the forecast. But I believe that's actually the day that I'm filming this, so it'll have already passed by the time this video comes out. That was on the 4th, I believe. But it's this energy of balancing and understanding. This is another aspect of this wave spell for people. This understanding of that balance of service. Service and sacrifice. Self-care. How do I care for myself? How do I fill my cup first? And how do I share the excess in a constructive and healthy way? What is the difference between worthy and unworthy sacrifice? We talk about that all the time. So we're really going to be looking into that as well during this wave spell. Because for a lot of us, it's about opening up to being receptive and receiving all of the gifts, right? It's about knowing that we are worthy and watching our resources multiply. Watching our abundance, right? Grand Trine on the bottom of the deck, blessings. Watching our abundance multiply. It's like seeing and understanding the ways that we sacrifice that actually create an excess. They create a surplus instead of a deficit. That's the kind of sacrifice that we want to move towards. That's the kind of service that we're meant to move toward. Yeah. This path of service so powerful right now that we understand this and that we get ourselves into alignment with where it is that we want to be. Are we on that trajectory of service to others or service to self? And do we understand, like we said, that balance where service to self doesn't mean sacrificing all of the self? We care for ourselves first, and then we care for others. But still, that main path, that main choice, right? Am I operating primarily in a way that serves nobody but me? Or am I operating in a way that serves both myself and the greater whole, the greater good? All right, what else do we want to do here for this reading? I do want to pull from the Starseed Oracle. The Starseed Oracle has been calling to me for a couple days. I don't even know if it has to do with this wave spell. I just feel like it has messages that it wants to get out. So we're gonna see what energies we have coming from the Starseed Oracle here. Clear. Tell me about this yellow sun wave spell. Tell me about this yellow sun wave spell. Okay. We have get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So really calling us to be grounded and connected during this wave spell, which is always important, right? But as we have such powerful energies coming in, we want to ground those energies with all of these galactic activation portals, right? We also want to get grounded in the sense that we want to stabilize, and we want to, like we said, get to action, right? Take action in our physical manifested reality to create physical changes, physical results. And then we have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. So that energy, boundaries, it comes up over and over again because it is so incredibly important. This is also like release that excess energy to the earth right now. If you are taking on, you find that you have been taking on the energies of others, release that shit, let that go. Return that to the planet, let her transmute that for you. Yeah. This is definitely, with these two cards together, very much about being sure that you are consistently clearing your energy, clearing your field, watching and being aware of when you are taking on the energies of other people. Not just the energies, the thoughts, the beliefs, right? Sometimes we do this without even realizing, especially when we spend a lot of time around people. One thing that I was kind of shocked to find out at one point was that sometimes even the thoughts that I'm having aren't my own. They're thoughts that I'm picking up from the collective, from other people. I found that really, I knew that energies could be picked up, but I didn't realize that thoughts could be too. So really get clear about that and constantly be clearing and cleansing your energy. Water, salt baths, any ways that you can connect with water and nature, getting out, connecting to the earth any way that you can. It always pains me to say that as we move into the winter months here, because I don't like to be outside at all when it's cold. So it's, and I love nature so much. But I fully intend to have plenty of trips this winter that will allow me to connect with her. But yeah, so we have Earth pulsing here. Pulse of Mother Nature, slow down. Time in nature again. Nature. Get out in nature during this wave spell. Get that light and energy of the sun if it is accessible to you. And then we have wait, it's not enough time yet. Things are being woven. So there is this energy of slowing down here for some. It is time in many respects to take action when we are guided. But if you're not being guided, you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do right now, it's because you're not meant to do it yet. So take that time to recharge instead. Yeah. It's all about understanding what part of the creative process you're in, because we're all in different parts at different times. Are you in that part where things are germinating, where seeds have been planted and there's nothing to do except water them and wait? Or are you at the point of harvest? Right? Where are you in that journey? And it's okay to be at different points. It's all about respecting where we're at. Not worrying about where we think other people are at. It's not a competition. It's not a race. Yeah, so really just, if in doubt, tap out. Spend that time in nature. Spend that time resting, rejuvenating, retreating, recharging. All right? Spend that time enjoying the beautiful things, the beautiful moments, being present. And allow the things that are coming to creation, to fruition, to come to fruition in the time that they're meant to. This feels like there are some things that we know we're meant to do, some things that we know we're ready to do, and that we're being very clearly guided to do. So Spirit is saying, do those things. Don't worry about the other things you want. Don't worry about the other intentions that you've set that you don't see coming through yet. Don't worry about that. Give Spirit time to work. And in the meantime, do the things that you know you're supposed to do. Right? Do the things that you feel drawn to do. Do the things that you can do right now and don't worry about the rest. Trust that the rest is being handled. And it will come through in perfect divine timing. And then we have Inner Earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Yeah. So those solutions and those new beginnings are coming. All right. But if you're running around at 1,000,000 miles an hour all the time, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss the solution. You're not gonna have that realization, that understanding. So you gotta take that time to get quiet and be patient. But this is also, as we're moving through this wave spell, it's that energy of illumination. If you do take that time to be present, that time to simply be, right? To be, to radiate that love, to radiate that Christ consciousness energy, to tap more deeply into yourself, right? And connect more deeply with yourself. Those solutions and beginnings will reveal themselves to you. Exactly as they're meant to, like we said. Any final cards here? Final messages. Yes, so we have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change, and double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. So this is that energy of stepping more deeply into our mission, into our purpose, as we are called to do so. As and when we are called to do so. But you serve the world. Remember, this says serve the world by being you. So stepping and jumping more deeply into ourselves, more deeply into our light, more deeply into our truth, really allowing ourselves free reign to express ourselves as we are. Yeah, stepping deeply into that authenticity. And as these shifts and these changes come through, embracing them. Right? It's like that's one of the things that I feel like some people are waiting for. There's some sort of shift or change that you've been desiring. And for a lot of people, I feel like you do feel as though it's related to your life purpose, your path, your mission, right? And that energy hasn't come through that yet. But it's going to. It's going to. But it's like there's little shifts and changes that are going to lead to the big shift and change that you're looking for. And so it's saying yes to those little shifts and changes. It's saying yes to those opportunities, those adventures. This is what's preparing you for that bigger energy, for that bigger shift that you've been wanting. And so taking that adventurous approach, embracing that adventurous energy, and staying true to yourself throughout that process. That's what's ultimately going to bring through this bigger change. But right now, it's there's some things to do first. There's some things that have to happen first. And then we, the Hathors, coming out at the end. Deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. So really allowing the Great Mother to nurture you during this next 13-day wave spell. Allowing the energy of your own soul to nurture you, right? As you step more deeply into that. Yeah, allowing that nourishment, because there's so much nourishment that wants to come in for us. And I want to look here. Is there anything I want to read about that before we close here? If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the Cosmic Mother, flooding towards you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. Yeah. This is the energy of creation and surrender. So really surrendering to this process of transformation, of rebirth, to the changes that are happening inside of you, that are what is creating the shift in energy necessary for the changes that you're anxiously awaiting on the outside. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful wave spell and that you are having a wonderful day whenever it is that you watch this. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling about this wave spell, how these energies are resonating with you. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to donate to the channel. And my email's down below as well with a list of the different services that I offer. If you guys want to do any one-on-one healing work with me, please reach out. I love you so very, 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 very much. And I will talk to you very, very, very soon.